Welcome to the Lightskin Bantu and today's topic. I was scrolling through Twitter, while I was at work and yesterday, so I saw something. Normally, I thought I would even make a video anytime soon, but I saw something that interested me. There was a rapper who, was a light skinned dude who actually, got appreciation from his fan. His fan gave him flower, and he kind of he burst into tears, right? Now, there was a woman who posted it on Twitter, and what she posted on the caption was, or what she tweeted on top of the video was, this is why I don't date, something they figured, this is why I don't date red niggas. Basically, red bones or light skinned men, right? So you see, why I want to make a video on this is because I understand this treatment and the telescope, like this, like light skinned men have been put on a scope, and this is not just in America. I'm telling you, growing up, especially when I was in secondary school, or what you guys class as high school, anything I did was perceived as soft, weak, and the initial presumption of me by other black people in my country was that I was soft. I was easy to pick on. I had to garner a reputation, a violent one, within my school, for things to, for people to back off. I had to garner a violent reputation. I had to be ready to go. It didn't matter if I could I could beat the person or not. I was ready to do anything to win. And that violent past of mine, that violent mindset came about because light skinned men are not allowed to show emotion. We're not allowed to show that. I think I watched a reality TV show with one of my sisters, and I think was it, she likes these stuff, uh, dating reality TV shows, right? There was a dark skinned dude. He was crying. I think it was Love Is Blind. He was crying, and this was a dark skinned chick too that he was, seeing. And the girl was like, "Oh, it's good for him to cry. Like it's good for a man to show emotion, and da da da." I was like, so when you look at it, it's permissible, and it doesn't affect the dark skinned man's image or reputation or masculinity to cry on TV or anywhere. But for a light skinned dude, we're pigeonholed, or there's just a scope put on us that we can't do anything emotional without it being light skinned, without it being weak, without it being an issue, without it being. And this was a light skinned woman that tweeted this, by the way, because one of them tweeted, "You're a red nigga too," which was laughable. And I'm gonna go into it because I saw a video before, like where the light skinned women were popping the balloons, or popped the balloon, where the light skinned man came out, and all the light skinned women popped the balloon and was saying, "Black is better." Like we're not the same race. I thought we were the same race, right? The black. Once you go back, you don't go back. Light skinned women saying this, it is so laughable because like I thought we were the same race, right? But I guess I don't know. Nothing is adding up, and Skilla is this rapper. He doesn't seem to be biracial. He looks more light skinned. What you call a light skinned black person, which to me I'm beginning to see that as an oxymoron. I don't think that is. You can't call a light skinned person black. Though maybe in America they do. and what you would call, maybe say, a light skinned person that isn't mixed, right? Just a light skinned person of African descent, right? And people think it's only the mixed guys that go through it. This guy, imagine a light skinned girl saying this about him. He's not mixed, he's just light skinned. So I really looked at it and I was saddened by the whole situation. I was like, it just reminded me that when I was a kid, mostly from the guys, not the girls, because down here I don't think the girls until recent have started were rejecting dudes because they were light skinned. But the dudes, they did test me a lot. The darker dudes, they did test me a lot. They tested me so much, because I had a younger brother. He was brown, so they didn't really go after him. You know what I'm saying? But me, it was left and right. Everyone was like trying to find out, trying to poke the bear, trying to see you know, if they could have an advantage over me, because the perception is you're weak. That is the perception, and that doesn't change down here in Africa. You know what I'm saying? But when I grew up, when the kiddie stuff were over, the only thing at best I experienced, I believe, was, once in a while remark to my skin color, which could be playful or respectful, but not aggressive like when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, it was with aggressive intent. The intent to bully or try or fight me. But when I have grown up, we're all men now. We all know we are all dangerous in every respect. And I go to the gym a lot. Yes, and that's even what made me. When I started going to the gym in high school. I started working out heavy in high school or secondary school, because I knew that every semester I come, I was gonna fight, or I was gonna be in some kind of confrontation. So I already started building my body to be strong enough. So, and now that I'm older, a lot of men have more respect for other men. So what you have is, maybe a girl might like me, what I'm saying, and they might start saying, wear that shit, like, he's stuck up, he's light skinned and blah 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 blah. Like, why'd you like, they could come up with that. Those are the only times it comes up. Now it doesn't come up as much. But I think in America it's worse. It's a lot worse in America. I think the light skinned women in America absolutely hate themselves. I think the light skinned women in America absolutely detest light skinned men in America. And that's because light skinned men might remind them of who they are. That they might not be, they're not as blackity black as they like to be, because a lot of these light skinned women are always the first in line to be pro black. I've seen them online. In America, I've seen them online. They're always the one talking the most pro black shit, more so than the dark skinned women. And you wonder, what are they on? And I think the pigeonholing of light skinned people, basically light skinned men, and the challenging of light skinned men's masculinity globally, this is not just in America, but I think in America is much, much worse, because America, in my country, yes, my skin is pointed out, but it's still, why it's reduced is because what you have is you can at least appeal to your tribal ethnicity. In America, you cannot appeal to any tribal ethnicity. It's all race. And that's what makes it even worse, because that's all they pigeonhole on. That's all they focus on, your skin color. And it's rather unfortunate that light-skinned men can't show emotions without being called a bitch. But personally, I don't show emotion. Yes, I don't. And I know a lot of women will say it's toxic, toxic masculinity. Fuck all that shit. I don't show emotions. I don't show emotions because I know my men of my hue, even in my country, if we show emotions, it will look weak. you look like a weak man, because already the insinuation is you're not as strong. You have to prove yourself. So when you start showing emotions, like, you're perceived as weak. So now, like, from when I was in secondary school, or high school, I've started to build a very cold persona. A persona that never really shows emotions, and if any emotion I've shown more so is anger. And now I don't show anger as much anymore. I'm more mature. I'm much more older. I think I'm getting wiser in my 20s. But at the same time, I don't show any emotions like that. And the reason is because I'm not free to. I don't think I am. Maybe you guys can relate to this, maybe you can't, but that's just me. That's just my experience, just speaking. I just hope you can comment if you relate to it, though. But I just think it's unfortunate what's going on over there in the States. Personally, I think guys who look like me, but me, I don't think I want to come to the States. And if I visit the States, I don't think I want to be around black people, because what you're looking at is the light skinned dude is always pigeonholed over in the States. And even in Nigeria it's like that, but it's not that strong because you still have an appeal to ethnicity. So yeah, comment down below.